fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And welcome everyone to Talking Fishing, our 5th birthday. Who would have
birthday.
thought 5 years of talking
crackers.
fishing? I tell you what, you must be bored by now. We just repeat the same old stuff every week. But anyway, we're just going to keep pressing on with that. Ads, how good is it? A little bit of summer coming along in the next couple of days.
No, I might have to bust out the shorts.
The shorts, I was going to say the kayak.
I'll be working.
Do you girls that paddle out? You guys, girls, that paddle out in the kayaks. Is it a bit cold? Are you starting to warm to it soon, or?
No, the water's still a bit cold.
Bit cold, yeah.
It's okay, we've still got our wet weather pants on.
Yeah.
Long johns.
Long johns, yeah.
Long ads.
Welcome Trelly all the way from Shepparton.
Yep.
And Geelong and Laverton and Bendigo.
Yep.
A few yellows up and about, Trelly.
There is.
Is there?
The amount of yabbies we've been going through, there must be a few yellows.
There must have been a lot of people last weekend fishing for yellowbelly.
There was, yeah.
Well,
it's sort of like, what do you do? You're in the country. You got
shoulder to shoulder, are they? Not quite.
No, not quite. But yeah, in some spots they are because they do congregate in a little area. But that's the thing. Yellow belly's on the go at the moment, so cod's off.
It's off the menu.
What's the water temperature? Like, what sparks the yellow belly? Is it it'd have to be water temperature, wouldn't it?
Yes, correct. Yeah, it's very similar to your bay down here.
Yeah.
Is it similar to the bay that it's a little bit cooler? It's a little bit cooler for the same time last year.
Yeah.
No, but isn't November the prime for yellow belly?
Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, well, it's not that.
It's like snapper season. It works on the same schedule as snapper season.
Yeah. But they must be going already because of the amount of yabbies we've been selling.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, they are going at the moment. So yeah, going well.
It's good.
Yeah, unweighted yabbies. You've got to just let them take off. They've sort of fishing for them a bit.
I tell you what, tonight we've got some. I think we've found the best fish cleaning tables in Australia.
Public or private?
Yeah, except we've got no photos tonight because I forgot to send them through Kev. There is more trouble at Coliban Reservoir, Upper Coliban Reservoir than you can poke a stick at. But we're going to talk about that tonight. And it's not all well at the reopened Corinella boat ramp.
Surely not.
No, not all well.
Surely not.
It was all going well. Yeah. It was all going well until they did the line marking in the car park. And you pretty much got to say what car park.
All right.
I've never seen. Yeah. We'll talk about it later. I don't want to go into it too much, but I've never seen so many complaints about a brand new. You thought rye was bad opening up in December because the expert panel at Mornington Peninsula Shire did such a great job, but you want to see the complaints from Corinella. Anyway, more about that later. Plenty to get through tonight, but folks, let's have a look at what's been caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano.
Now, first one, which has been a hot spot
for
a couple of weeks now. A bit of mail on hot spots tonight too, which is going to be quite entertaining. In fact, might get into a bit of trouble tonight, I think, but anyway. But check out this one from the Warmies. Nice and warm up there it is, and of course we get the tailor and the mullet and all that up there, and of course the big snapper come in. Michael Panofsky, have a look at that for a land-based snapper at the Warmies during the week.
What?
Yeah.
Cracking fish.
That is a ripper.
That's a
fresh. Look at the blue and the fins. Like,
great photo too.
That is a fresh fish.
Cracking photo.
Yeah. That is good. Well done, Michael.
Yeah. Great one.
Now, Sunday was National Gone Fishing Day. You headed down to Anderson's Inlet.
Yep.
We'll talk about that later in the show.
Yep.
But it was also Mates Day on the Bay at the Patterson River, the Future Fish Foundation, and it was tough. It was tough for us. I don't think it was tough for our guests because they could not care. Yeah. They wanted to get on a boat, go for a drive, maybe catch a fish. But I tell you what, the best fish of the day was a cracking brim. Jeff Toomey, have a look at this.
Jeffrey.
A cracking brim out of the Patterson Lakes.
Oh, right.
And well done. It was the fish of the day.
Yeah.
Well done, Jeff. So
good fish.
Good stuff.
Good model.
Big squid around, boys.
Yeah.
Yep. Continue.
Certainly some big squid. You went out on the squid last week, didn't you?
Yeah, caught pufferfish.
Pufferfish, yeah.
Chris caught all the squid.
So Charlie can't appear in Catch of the Week this week, but Davey can. Now, Davey got out on his kayak
There you go, superstar.
And just fell across some calamari off Mornington.
Yeah, so when you're in a kayak, you don't need to send in your surname.
No, he really doesn't.
Everyone knows
Probably one of those people that hasn't got a surname. Yeah. Like, you know, when you get...
Like share?
No, there's like vegans and there's other things, but there's kayakers too, and then none of them need surnames, do they? They just go by one name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Legends.
Perhaps not the vegans.
Oh dear.
Legends.
Notice we haven't got any gummy shark on Catch of the Week this week.
Got you back, Dave.
Charlie got us in so much trouble last week. Calamari is still good off Queenscliff, although when we get to mailbag, we're not allowed to mention Queenscliff anymore. Hamish Green, have a look at this. Well done to Hamish. Have a look at that. Son of Dr.
I know that face.
Son of, is he Dr. Corey or Professor?
Doctor. No, Doctor.
Isn't he a professor now? He's a professor of squid, but anyway.
He's that good, he can do whatever he wants
Corey, well done to Hamish. That is a cracking squid, Hamish. Well done. Showing the old man up there. I reckon he's putting the thumbs up to say, yeah, I've got none.
Even the squid's got his thumbs up.
Hamish got some. So, awesome. Well done. That's very nice. Keeping with the calamari theme, and they're just good.
They're big.
The Hooked on Bellarine Festival was put on by Victorian Fisheries Authority on the weekend, and many people congregated around Port Arlington, particularly 3 young ladies that were part of the Women in Recreational Fishing Network in Michelle, Tiff and Nikki. But have a look at Nikki. She showed them all up. Nikki went out on her boat.
Nick. There you go.
And PB calamari. Have a look at that. The excitement on Nikki's face.
I know.
That's a good squid.
That is a good squid.
Is it all big at the moment?
I love it, Nikki. Congratulations from getting a photo with it fresh. No good letting it go white like some people do. But that is a cracking fresh photo. Well done. And
I reckon Nikki would have had that for tea that night.
Yeah, I reckon.
I reckon she would have.
Good on her.
Yep.
Awesome. Here we go, another kayaker.
Legend.
This
a bit of a theme, Dave.
Yeah, I know. There's way too many on the water. That might be the next election commitment. Ban them.
Just some.
Nets, kayaking.
That's why you haven't heard anything at Upper Coliban. I've been working on the side.
Yeah, won't be
just
any,
getting kayaks.
Won't be any kayaks on Upper Coliban. They are anti-everything.
Carried 100 yards.
You're not allowed to even drink up there. It's the water supply for the town.
Really?
Steve Vesey, have a look at this. Steve wrote to us, managed to get 7 tings off St Leonard's out of the yak. Fished in 7.5 metres with no luck, so headed over to a sandbar, 4.5 metres, and got these guys. Biggest was 40 centimetres at 440 grams, caught using squid strips and pippies.
Good fish.
Well done, Steve. That was a nice catch there. Yeah.
Yakety yak.
Have a look at this one. The good folk at Better Boating Victoria, or 2 of them, Catherine and Charlie, they decide to go to a river, and because Charlie, is an accredited fly casting instructor, seventh Australian woman to ever be accredited with that, and Charlie took Catherine up to the Acheron River, and have a look at this for her first wild brown trout. Got 4 for the day, dropped 1. But that is sensational.
That's good.
Beautiful little brown trout there. So,
have you done some fly fishing every day?
Me? I went with Mick Hall once and got a fish, and I've never done it since.
Yeah, it gets you in. Oh, yeah, I've tied the flies, and you end up picking up dead animals and cutting bits off them, and Christmas decorations in shops for beetles' backs, and you'll know, all those fly people out there will know what I'm talking about.
There you go. Getting yelled at, Charlie. We only got 30 seconds. Don Newman. Now, Donnie, he went away with the Western Port Angling Club to celebrate his 97th birthday. Well done. And 3 years till the letter from the Queen. But Don wrote to us on our 5th birthday. He was born 92 years before we first went to Earth. Do you realise that? They're yelling at us because we're talking rubbish. Report from the Western Port Angling Club Bem River Weekend Comp. Here's Don.
Donnie.
Photos of Don with an over 900 gram bream. His son Dane and he released all bream they caught, which is well over 50 for the weekend. Majority were between 30 and 32, with a few more being undersized. The boat ramp he loves doing a boat ramp report, Donnie. The boat ramp has improved slightly from 2 years ago, but 1 club member and at least 2 others damaged props on the rocks at the end of the ramp this weekend. The rocks are shallower than the deepest end of the concrete ramp, which was about 75 centimetres below the water level. The additional concrete slab that they added to extend the ramp has moved approximately 15 centimetres, leaving a growing gap. So
Donnie can't smash a prop on a kayak, mate.
No, but I suppose you can't. But we're not allowed to complain about the Bem River boat ramp either, because they complain to us that we complain, so we're not allowed to mention that. If you would like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pic to info@ifish.com.au. Go Pies!
Yeah, I wanna go fishing.
And coming up next, fisheries news, including what is going on up at Upper Coliban Reservoir. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wear the line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing. Every day's a chance to drift away.
Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See it down and tackle world today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Live from the studios of Channel 31 Melbourne, it's now time for some very fishy news.
Welcome back to Talking Fishing. Our 5th birthday today, Trelly. Who would have thought? You've been hanging around with us for 5 years.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's actually is hard to believe it's gone so fast. And someone says 5 years, I said, no way.
Yep. You know what I'm looking forward to later on the show? Yeah. Big Kev's going to bring in the cake and we're probably going to set off the sprinklers and he's going to make awesome live TV.
We used to have poppers, but apparently he doesn't want to clean them up.
They're banned.
Fun police got involved.
Upper Coliban River. They banned fireworks in our studio. They banned everything else. Anyway, we're going to talk about them in a minute. A couple of events coming up. Let's kick them off. The Peninsula Snapper Challenge is first up. $20,000 in prizes. 1 in 5 entrants will win a prize. Every junior entrant wins a Wilson rod and reel and Black Magic Snapper snack.
That's cool.
$2.5 grand. Tat World shopping spree is the major prize. BLA anchor winch, premium Shimano outfits and loads more. Top 10 longest fish will win a Spotter's sunglasses pack. If you want to enter, www.peninsulaSnapperChallenge.com. Get on their Facebook page, all that sort of stuff.
It's 9 days of competition, so you will find a few good days to fish.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, second is the Saturday before Melbourne Cup, so it's not this Saturday but next, so it starts then. And you actually get 2 weekends to fish, including a stupid add-on, forgot about that. So that's that, it's Peninsula Snapper Challenge. There is also another snapper comp, the Port Phillip Bay Snapper Classic. It runs November 15, 16 and 17, which must be in a couple of weeks' time, 2 or 3 weeks. $30,000 in prizes. 1 in 5 will win. Don't even have to catch a fish to win a prize, so you can just stay home, I guess. Go to the website for entry. $65 entry fee. Fishing is in Port Phillip Bay. 200 entries only. Fishing begins at 4 a.m. on Friday the 15th, so you've got to get up at
4 a.m.
10 to 4 to be on the water.
Get your ticket.
Yep. www.portphillipbaysnapperclassic.com. There you go. Keep flying through it. Now, we touched on this one last week. Last Tuesday in the Victorian Parliament, the bill was passed for Gippsland Lakes netting closures. So we did briefly touch it, but we've got the mail on it now, and let's go through this in a bit of detail, if we can, boys. Commercial netting in Gippsland Lakes is set to end with the Andrews Labor government passing legislation last Tuesday that will boost tourism, create jobs and protect the unique lake system. The Marine Fisheries Legislation Amendment Act will phase out the 10 remaining Gippsland Lakes fishing access licences over 2 years. The first opportunity for industry to exit will be the 1st of April next year, with all affected licences phased out by the 1st of April 2021. The 10 remaining Gippsland Lakes fishing access licences will have access to compensation packages consistent with those provided under the Port Phillip Bay buyout if they leave the fishery by 1st of April 2020. Licence holders that choose to stay in the fishery another 12 months can then claim reduced compensation by the 1st of April 2021. Commercial bait, eel and mussel fishing will not be impacted by the bill and will continue to be permitted in the Gippsland Lakes. So you'll still be able to get all your prawns and your shrimp and your worms and all that sort of stuff. That is good news. And what a lot of people don't understand is this is not just about banning netting in the Gippsland Lakes. Yeah. What it's about is that the Victorian Fisheries Authority and the Recreational Fishing Licence Trust Fund, which you're on the committee for, Trelly, you can now invest in the Gippsland Lakes. You can now start to rebuild it by investing rec licence money into, might be fish stocking, it might be putting dusky flathead babies, it might be putting bream, it might be putting estuary perch, might be putting bass in there, whatever. You can do rehabilitation and environmental work. You can't do that if there was a way to commercially exploit that resource that's being invested in. And it now opens the Gippsland Lakes to investment. And simple as that, that's what it enables, and it's a damn good thing. Now, one other thing that happened in Parliament last week that I thought was a very, very special thing. Many people would know, and particularly people like Brett Geddes, who's just been a champion supporter of the Gippsland Lakes. And, you know, we used to ring him for, well, it's probably 15 years ago now. We used to ring him on 3SER on the radio. Then when we did 3AW for 6 years, we rang Brett Geddes every week.
The passion he has for the Gippsland Lakes just cannot be matched.
Brett Geddes would know this man that we're about to put his photo up, the late Linton Barr. Now, Linton, for those people that don't know him, passed away November in 2016. And Linton, I think, was an absolute champion of trying to get the Gippsland Lakes back to where they were 3 or 4 decades ago. Linton put out a newsletter every month or so. I went back through my emails today, and the last one I received from him was the 29th of August in 2016, which was about 6 weeks before, about 10 weeks, I think, before he passed away at the age of 80 years. Now, Linton was an ex-school headmaster. I went to his house and I spoke to him about the Gippsland Lakes. We shared many a moment via email and telephone about that. And what he did is he produced this, I brought a copy in with me. It's about 3 or 4 pages long. And he used to do recommendations, like recommendation 2, the maps of the exclusion zones to be included as a schedule to Fisheries Regulations 2009. So he almost wrote the legislation that he wanted to see fisheries do. You know, he was passionate about the Gippsland Lakes. And last week, I'll commend the Minister for Fishing and Boating, Jarla Pulford, on just a special mention to Linton Barr in Parliament last week. Very, very special thing to do. So well done, Jarla. And I know Linton would be looking down with a big smile on his face, you know, now saying
the rehabilitation
my work, his work didn't go unheard. That's the big thing. So champion man. All right, the last bit of news. There has been some movement at Upper Coliban Water.
Has there?
Yeah, they've done some work at the wrong place. I got this note through. This is from the Executive Director, Damien. To meet the concerns that have been presented to me, I've instructed Coliban Water in-house crews to complete the construction of a new turning circle and access at the spillway in close consultation with the Kyneton Angling Club. Now, it says here the VFA is also in the loop for the new works. I'm going to park it right there. There's the president of the Kyneton Angling Club, I would say, is coming out as a great supporter of Coliban Water. He's saying, they're doing the right thing. Every other club member that writes to us is in total disagreement with Coliban Water and the president of their club. Total disagreement that they have done the works in the right place. And to say that the VFA is also in the loop and supportive of the new works, well, I canvassed the VFA and I cannot find one single staff member of the VFA that is supportive of Coliban Water's work to install a turning circle at the wrong place at the reservoir. Not one person.
I can feel someone getting uncomfortable out there.
No. It goes on to say the new turning circle has vehicle access within 10 metres of the water and will be available for use at last week's Kite and Angling Club Fishing Day. It will be a big improvement for access and people will no longer have to lug craft and gear 120 plus metres. That is true.
It's 10 now.
No, but so what they did, right, they opened the gate and they did a road and we've got some photos. Have a look at this. They did it. There's just to the right there, the new turning circle.
Yep.
Right, so they did all this work, even though they claim that it's going to take over a year to get a cultural heritage permit at the other place. They did this within a day. Yeah. I'm not sure who they had to ask. Now, this is a site, right? This is a site where they could come in with bulldozer or whatever they did and do that turning circle. They're obviously trucks with rocks. When they held the event there, at this exact point, right, I'm going to ask the boys to put this slide back on in a minute because I want to talk about this, but they weren't allowed to hammer a peg in to hold the marquee up because of cultural heritage issues. But they could come in with 1 day's notice and put all those rocks down at the wrong place, right? Don't get me started.
Get in, right? Why don't you just get it?
I'm not even going to read the rest because it's rubbish. It's rubbish. We'll just get that slide back up again. Now have a look. If you can look at, see that road down the left-hand side there, if you look into the screen, there is a gate there. They've opened the gate. But you know what they did? They put a brand new bollard in the middle of it.
So you can't launch anything there.
Well, you can squeeze a kayak through for you. Hang on. But the Premier said tinnies with electric motors, and they have clearly banned that. Right? They've clearly banned it because they put a new bollard right in the middle so that you can't take a trailer down there. Now, you're only allowed to drop off your watercraft down there. You've then got to you've got to drive 129 metres to the start of the car park your car while your gear floats away or someone knocks it off, and then walk back down.
This doesn't make sense, does it?
The access is unbelievable. Upper Coliban Reservoir, the place where they don't want you to fish. Coming up next, product of the week, I think it is, next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Boys, we're going to launch into product of the week with something brand new and exciting out of the Tasmanian Devil Factory.
Ooh.
Now, we're all very familiar with Tassie Devils as a lure. They are embarking on a big project. They've got a lot of new products coming out, and it starts with the Camo 3D monofilament line. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, here we go, just another mono. There's one distinct difference that makes this very unique. It's camo coloured. So what they do, there's two different base colours you can choose from. There's green and brown. Now, the choice comes down to what type of water you fish, whether you're fishing a crystal clear stream or you're fishing a lake that can maybe get a little bit discoloured. You can choose your colours wisely there. But it actually has embedded into the monofilament, it's got almost a black fleck.
Okay.
Like camo.
Well, it gives that camo appearance. Now, I'm not going to lie, when I first saw it, and we saw this at AFTA, the trade show, I wasn't quite sure the point or the purpose. And it wasn't until we spooled up a customer's reel with it that I saw the true benefit. What that black fleck does, it basically throws off your eyesight. So we're spooling a reel and we're trying to lay the line perfectly straight on the reel. That black fleck, you lose the sight of a straight line. And that's exactly what happens when a fish can see this underwater. So instead of seeing anything that would resemble the straight line, you're floating a worm down a clear stream and there's a hook and you see, you can potentially see the clear straight line of the monofilament holding it on there. Just that black fleck completely disguises that line. It throws off almost your line of sight to that mono.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until on the spooling machine that we saw the benefit of it.
Is this in the
It was
green?
More
than...
Well,
Is the brown
yeah.
got a... Because it's a bit hard.
Yeah, the brown does have the black fleck too, but it's very
It's really
noticeable in the
prominent
green.
yeah.
You lost track of where you were spooling
Yeah.
because it just looks like a
okay,
mess
we
of black dots.
Yeah.
So it's actually really clever
Yeah.
and very intelligent. So as a bait fishing line in the fresh water, it's almost to a point where I can't think of a better choice to use.
This will be the premier trout line.
That's right. Now,
Absolutely.
But also for lures, the beauty with freshwater fishing and lure fishing for trout, a lot of the retrieves are a straight line retrieve. So whether that's casting a Tassie Devil or casting a spinner or a spoon, it's generally just a straight wind. So the stretch in the monofilament doesn't affect any action on your lure. If you enjoy freshwater fishing, and I think this is going to be huge for yellow belly and stuff too, just quietly, because they only make it in light breaking strands. This line is designed at light application freshwater fishing, so it's only done in 6, 8 and 10 pound.
Yep.
So it throws your eyesight.
It confuses your eyes.
It's
Imagine what it does to the fish.
That's right.
But imagine it's going to really do your head in when you're trying to get a tangle out, aren't you?
It's kind of hard to see, but I'm holding it up there. It's hard to see, but you can see.
I think you can pick that up.
You can see the fleck kind of running through it.
Yeah.
No, see, not even the camera can focus on it.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's how good it is. It's very, very clever.
Is it? And I know in the brown in particular, Maxima do a similar type line.
Yeah, the chameleon
which
line.
is quite a hard. Like I'm not saying
it
it's
is.
wiry, but it's quite a harsh line, and I love it. I love it when I go up the Delatite to my favourite river. That's what I fish with. Is this a soft or a hard type line?
It's soft, so it's a thinner diameter mono.
Yeah.
It's soft, so it's
not
very easy to
fluorocarbon.
tie. No, it's not fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
And
It's low stretch though.
yeah, so again, that's where it doubles as your lure casting line. It's very, very clever, and I didn't think
So if
there
you
was
struggled
anything else you could do with mono. I mean, mono's mono. You buy it in white, blue, or
unique, isn't it?
If you
fluoro.
struggled before to tie a knot,
That's right.
you're going to be.
If you tie an air with this,
If you
because it's
tie-
camo,
yeah.
you won't be able to see it.
And this is, for me, this has turned out to be one of the most exciting products that came out of AFTA this year, because something you didn't think could be developed any further
Yeah, that's right.
just got better. And if you're a freshwater fisher, I would be having at least one reel spooled up with this stuff, because
I'm going to take some this weekend to Eildon. Fish from Yellow
Yeah,
Belly.
there you go.
yeah, I 100%
Go with the
would.
brown. Was it?
I think it might go the green.
Really?
Yeah.
So
The water's
ta-
pretty clear up there.
Yep.
So camo 3D mono, it's all available, good to go, and we'll keep you up to date with what's coming out of the Tasmanian Devil factory, because they have got some very, very exciting products
Yeah.
on
got
the
some other little
line.
goodies, haven't they?
They've got some really cool stuff coming, and we'll keep you up to date, because it has been a staple of freshwater fishing, and now it is growing quicker than you've ever seen.
Yeah. There you go.
It's a good one.
Well done, Ed. Now, Luke's got on our social media and put me in my place. Said I'm hanging it too much on kayaks, so I apologise for that.
I'll keep you in check there, Luke.
No, well, I only do it to have fun with you. If Jared Day was here, we'd find a whole lot of things to, so I reckon I'm pretty mild. But I do apologise. I don't really mean anything against kayakers, and I like kayakers. I've got all
Take
the
a cup of
respect.
concrete, Luke.
No, I'm trying to be serious, Charlie. But I've got all the respect for kayakers, and I don't mind them. Ads? You know that.
But
No, but. Now, ads. I do apologise. No, I apologise sincerely. Ads, Anderson's Inlet. I want to talk to you about that. You went down working for the VFA on Sunday to the kids' come try beach fishing.
Yep. So we've held. The Victorian Fisheries Authority have held these programs before, but generally in a surf fishing landscape. We were at Inverloch on the shores of Anderson's Inlet. The weather could not have been worse. It was blowing 25 knots with intermittent showers the whole time, and it wasn't warm.
Offshore or onshore?
Well, it didn't matter, it was just bloody windy. But I must say, it was the best event that I've been a part of, because if, say, an 8-year-old girl especially can stand there and fish in those conditions
They're keen.
and didn't want to leave,
Yeah. You've hooked them.
they're hooked.
Yeah.
They're hooked.
You're right.
So the amount of fish caught was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So we started by pumping our own bash yabbies.
Yep.
that was cool.
So Bashabi's available just on the edge there of Anderson's Inlet.
Well, I can tell you exactly where we were. It was low tide, so we were on the flats directly outside Screw Creek.
Yep.
Which is at the end of the caravan park, so access is easy.
Yep.
It's all one nice long beach.
Nice and sandy.
Nice, and it's hard sand too.
Yep.
We fished low tide, and we had everything from, there was obviously plenty of toadies, but when you're trying to teach kids how to fish, as long as there's something coming in, we had mullet and big mullet. There would have been a couple of yellow-eye mullet there that were pushing 30, 35 centimetres.
Yep.
We had Tommy Ruff, little Australian salmon, and there was even a King George whiting caught right towards the end, and that was just fishing the low tide. And that's the beauty of Anderson's Inlet. When the tide's out, you can almost, you can see exactly where the channel is. The fish can only be in one area. And even in those tough conditions, the kids toughed it out. We had sandcastle sculpting competition.
Did you get into that?
No, I didn't. I was too busy baiting pippies and bashabbies. But considering how trying the conditions were, it was a brilliant day.
Imagine how good it would have been in good weather. And for those people who have never been down there, it is a good destination.
Gorgeous place.
It comes in quick too, doesn't it? When the
I was going to say, is it strong current?
Oh yeah,
quick.
It is strong current, and it's renowned for it. But I think fishing that low tide change was perfect. Like we would have been fishing, say, a standard number 2 ball sinker, which is what you'd use off a jetty in any other saltwater, and it was fine. It was fine, but it does hammer through there. So if you did want to go there to fish, I would almost plan around the low tide because you can pump your own bait and you've got direct access to the channel.
There you go.
Great place and so much access. We fished this tiny little bit of beach right outside the angling club there.
But you can go for kilometres of it.
Kilometres.
I used to get the old HR and drive down the beach. You had a little long rope and a boogie board. And you just ski along the side of the car, you know. It's good fun.
I can imagine you doing that. Coming up next, Kramer's mailbag. Plenty more to talk about on Talking Fishing. I tell you what, next segment's going to be hot.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing. Every day's a chance to drift away.
Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See it down and tackle world today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Been getting into so much trouble in this segment.
Looking forward to it.
It's going to continue tonight. Adam writes into us, boys, Queenscliff hotspots 3 weeks in a row. Fair go, boys. I bloody live here and couldn't even put my boat in at my own boat ramp for the amount of boats the other day. If you're going to spoon feed people, spread it around, can you please? Nah.
The fishing's been too good down there, Adam.
I mean, start charging them.
Oh, don't you start on that. No, don't start on that. We do call it as it is. If there's good fish in there, we call it.
That's right.
This week we might have made a couple up, but no, we call it as it is. And unfortunately, the fishing has been pretty good at Queenscliff, and I'm sorry, Adam, apologise. It's not on tonight, although it'd be a pretty good one to go to. All good. It's Adam, sorry about that. Be no boats there this weekend because the weather's crap. Paula writes into us. Paula. From Corinella. Hi guys, on your show last week I was a bit disappointed in your attitude. Well, you should watch us more often. We've been like this for 5 years. You spoke about an old girl. Let's call her Betty, you said, from Corinella. Well, sounded like Betty on the phone from Corinella, who complained that Talking Fishing or Channel 31 said the Corinella boat ramp was open. Well, she did. She screamed in my ear for no reason. She was concerned because it was still closed and she didn't want fishermen coming and being turned away.
Bambalam.
Well, we didn't say it. So people were going to go there because of us. I know Betty very well and I was upset on her behalf. For starters, her age is irrelevant, but she's probably younger than you.
Bam blam.
Ouch.
Oh, they're pretty old.
No, that hurts. That hurts. More importantly, if it wasn't for her, the upgrade would never have started, let alone be finished by today. All the way through the construction, she has been there putting out spot fires, organising trades like electricians and concreters.
Bam blam.
She must be the site foreman.
She could be.
Ordering supplies like sinks, ropes, signs, bollards and mulch, and then the installation. She's the one who cops all the whinging about the boat ramps. We'll get on Facebook. There's 750 comments, negative.
Really?
Already, yeah, no, we'll get to that in a minute. She's the one who copped the building of, the closure of, how it's set out, and yet she still keeps working for her town because she loves it. Sorry for the rant, but I see how much she does, unpaid and unasked, and sometimes how frustrating it is for her. If our politicians worked as hard as she did, we would have no concerns. Thanks for that, Paula, and good on you, Betty. I understand volunteering on those sort of things is pretty tough.
Yep. Good job.
Yep, good job. Good job. Now, Sandy writes to us about, this is about Corinella. Oh, we've got a photo, I think, up here. Sandy writes to us, what a wasted opportunity. I see the same crappy ladders on the old jetty, lack of parking, cleaning tables next to the busiest area of the ramp. Are you really going to drag a heavy esky up and down the hill back to the car park? Well, good point, Sandy. The next one, Ben, he writes, so now you have to wait in line. Put the photo back up. Same thing. So this is the complaints department for Corinella right here. So now you have to wait in line so people can set up their boat and park up on the grass, then get your boat after fishing, park back up top, carry the esky to the fish cleaning area while your rods and sounder get pinched. Great design. What genius thought this crap up? I could go. I have never seen a post, boys, on Better Boating Victoria and Victorian Fisheries Authority that has got so many negative comments. And can I just say, right, and this is no disrespect to anyone, but it seems to me the committee of management didn't listen to the Angling Club because of the number of phone calls we've had from the Angling Club to the shop ads. But everything was positive about Corinella while it was being built until the day the line marking went on. And that next morning the phone started ringing going, what the hell happened overnight? Who did this? Who designed the line marking? And I guess time will tell, but it just seems your rigging area, you've got to try and get round the boat and the car that's parked next to you into a very skinny lane. And if you've de-rigged there, then you've got to join the queue again, which could be a kilometre. I don't know.
Where do you park? Like there's the 6 car parks there.
No, that's the de-rigging area.
Oh.
But from what I can gather, there used to be car parks down there and they got rid of them. I don't know. All I can say is I've never seen a social media post on VFA or Better Boating with complaints.
I'm not trying to be smart, but where do you park?
I don't know.
It's quickly become the busiest ramp in Victoria.
Yeah, and early season snapper. Oh yeah, early season.
It's huge.
Yeah, but anyway, look, a lot of people unhappy with it, and I know that any future boat ramps will be tested very harshly with anglers for good input and make sure that the designs are right. Hastings, they wouldn't want to get that one wrong.
And I think put a roundabout in the middle of it.
Yeah, with traffic lights, just to confuse people. All right, let's keep going. We've got to keep going. This is here we go. This is we're gonna lose more friends. Carmelo from the Kite and Angling Club. He's the vice president. My club sent me this, which I haven't got, but they sent a photo of that thing we had on the turning circle before. Yeah. I'm still not happy as I want the ramp at them rocks, not the damn wall. Anyway, I'm going to Dartmouth Cup. Wish me luck. Carmelo from Riddles Creek. He loves fishing.
Good luck, Mello.
That was last week, so he did all right. But Carmelo is in absolute contrast to he's the vice president of the Kite and Angling Club, is in direct contrast with the president of the Kite and Angling Club and says that you shouldn't be doing any access at the dam wall because it's no good. You know what? Oh, let me keep reading.
Yeah, keep going.
Because they're all about Upper Coliban. Peter writes, hi guys, I believe that there's been some movement on the Upper Coliban boat farce. Some work was done yesterday. This is last week. to improve launching of smaller craft, but still believe that until they allow small boats on trailers that the public are missing out. As shown last week, the removal of a couple of rocks at Premier Mine Road would make a huge difference. Plenty of fishers are watching this space to see what outcome this crazy situation ends up at. Thank you guys for pushing so hard. That's Peter. Another one, Stan writes, "Hi guys, totally agree with your segment, Coliban water boat fishing. Was there 4 weeks ago for kayak fishing? This is a cracker.
Legend.
Couldn't get in at Upper Coliban as the water was spilling over, so they'd closed it. Fair enough, advised by unprofessional handwritten signs. Went to have a look at the back where you guys showed, Premier Mine Road. Before I even got out of the car, Coliban Water Police turned up saying you can't launch from there. Well, I tell you, Stan, they have no authority to do that, so just ignore them next time. Went to Malmesbury. Well, you think it's a long way to launch at Upper Coliban. Reckon it's 300 metres at Malmesbury and harder to get down. Decided to fish Campaspe. Got advised by the farmers not to fish there as Class C contaminants from Coliban water from their water treatment plant was being released into the river, and they were advised to stop cattle accessing the water due to contaminants. This water finds its way to Lake Epilock, where fisheries put in many thousands of fish and possibly the reason it never really fires. What a waste of fisheries money and resources. We got very suspicious when advised of toxins by signs earlier in the year at a favourite fishing and swimming hole at Turpin Falls on Campaspe. The info re Campaspe can be found on a Google search. The EPA know about it and apparently now only Class B waste goes in, but it's probably too late. The damage is done. Coliban Water appears to be totally incompetent in managing anything, sad to say. That's from Stan.
Do you know what? Can I just say something? Because Stan's obviously a kayak fisher. It must be pretty bad if you can't find somewhere to fish in a kayak.
I know. Yeah, but apparently
it must be pretty bad.
Apparently the access is all open. It's just not open at the right place. All right, and oh dear. And Merrill writes in, there's a common theme here. Charlie, I'll leave you to comment. While watching Talking Fishing on the 15th of the 10th, I was exceptionally outraged at your tirade towards Coliban Water Board for their not wanting boating on the Upper Coliban Reservoir. Perhaps you should take a breath and give some consideration to fishers who enjoy land-based fishing without selfish boaty types spoiling their enjoyment. There are few enough boat-free areas now. Well, Merrill, let me tell you, it doesn't interfere with land-based. The Premier promised to put tinnies with motors, with electric motors, on Upper Coliban, and to be honest, it's going to happen. Merrill, don't write to us again. Charlie?
I was going to get you to put your hand through the screen and change the channel for her.
Merrill, Paula and Betty. They're all fans of the show. We've got them hooked, I tell you. Coming up next on Talking Fishing. I got getting yelled at. If you want to write into Kramer's Mailbag, this is what you do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
Yeah, coming up next, fisheries hotspots. No more offending for the rest of the show.
Great last show, boys.
You can go to a break now.
Talking fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsling's Tackle World Cranbourne. Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start. I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat. Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now the segment you've all been waiting for.
Hotspots, brought to you by Seamaster Batteries.
And just before we do hotspots, boys, I do apologise if we've offended anyone tonight. We promise we'll do it again next week.
If we haven't offended you, we haven't got you yet.
We'll get to you. We'll get to you in time. Oh dear.
So
all right.
Queenscliff hotspot number 1? Or?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Corinella.
But the hang on, Kevin. Hang on. Fifth.
This was going to be for Kimmy, who's sick tonight.
Yeah.
So
this is,
I
by
had
the
to
way,
jump.
this is Kevin, our producer. Well done, Kevin.
Good on you, Kev. Happy birthday, mate.
I can't
Don't light it. The
because
sprinklers are going.
It'll go all over Trelly.
Oh,
so
please light it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Adam. Happy birthday to you.
There you go.
Well done.
Candle. There's your cake. You can look at that.
Look at that.
Have your cake and eat it too.
Can we eat a bit? You got a knife,
Kevin,
Kevin?
mate, Kevin, you made this, didn't you, Kevin? You done this.
Just hammering
Kevin make that.
Just hammering to the side.
You couldn't bring a knife in and some paper
I've got
plates?
some knives.
Yeah, this is live on air. Good television, eh?
Just hammering to the side of it.
It's probably a bit of old foam. No, you're right, Kevin.
Oh dear. If we haven't offended Kevin, we just have one with Betty.
We'll get to you.
Marilyn, was it?
Yeah.
And
Bambalam.
Bambalam. All right, let's kick off with it's not Queenscliff. Swan Bay entrance is our first hotspot for this week. Some big calamari right in the entrance there to Swan Bay. You'll see the 400 boats there when you go out next, probably tomorrow morning. Over on the other side of the bay, Frankston, when we get these southwesterlies moving close, around 13 metres off Frankston, some cracking snapper starting to move over those grounds. And
water temperature's just starting to do something.
And that area there, 13 metres, is it Wreck Reef or Yak Reef?
One of the
I think Wreck Reef.
Okay.
One of the ones put in by fisheries. Good hotspot, Frankston there. Over in Western Port, some beautiful King George whiting still. Well, they're going to be there all year round, I think so. But the Fairhaven Channel up the side of French Island there, some beautiful King George whiting in that channel at the moment. Over on the other side of French Island, Elizabeth Bluff, some beautiful snapper.
Jeez, I've never heard of these places, Dave. I reckon these are made up.
How many places are there in
No, these are all real. Just ask old mate from Queenscliff.
Yeah.
They're real. People go there. Well, they listen to us anyway. All right, let's head up to inland.
Yep.
As you said earlier on, Trelly, Lake Eildon is absolutely on fire for yellowbelly. The usual spots, Delatide Arm.
Yeah, Delatide Arm,
Jerusalem Creek.
Just pick on any of those real rocky outcrops or walls.
Yep.
Bibless lures or scrubworm.
Yeah. And still fish for cod?
Yeah, you can still fish cod up there too. So big lures, get them down deep.
How many cod been coming out? Or
there's been some good cod actually. Some stuff well up over a metre. So it's worth a trip because you got your trout still and you got your yellowbone crab.
Yep,
it's great.
And lucky last hotspot if you want to get away for the weekend, a great spot, Anderson's Inlet.
I can confirm
that there's fish there.
Yeah.
Pump your bass yabbies.
Yeah, a bit of burley, bass yabbies, and low tide.
Get your yabby pump out.
Yep.
So there you go. Just talking on bass yabbies, people don't. I think they're an underrated. Well, it's not underrated. People just don't go and do it.
Yeah, I don't think they understand how readily available they are.
They're everywhere
to get.
Yeah, pretty hard to keep too. Like a little bit hard to keep alive.
Well, they are, unless you've got
well.
access to fresh salt water. You want to because they dirty the water.
Yeah.
And so probably every day you've got to top it up with fresh salt water. You can't just put an aerator in because they dirty the water quite a bit.
And not a bait you put on and try and cast over the horizon with. They're very soft.
Yeah, and the longer,
soft,
you keep them, the softer they get.
Yeah,
so you really...
To be a guy, Ross Wolf tackled in Albion Street, Brunswick. You could smell a place 100 yards before you got to it. And he has the best collection of bass yabbies for bait and things.
They used to have live bass yabbies there?
Live bass yabbies,
Yeah,
smelly joint. He had everything. It was great.
Yeah, there you go.
But they are just the best live bait, but they are tricky. As in, once you've got them.
Yeah, but it's funny how there's sort of a lot of people now are actually swapping over from that to the small freshwater yabby.
Yeah,
they get those little ones. Like I say, we've been out
hounded by them.
Yeah, so we'll probably have some more stock in the next couple of days. But pretty hard to get this time of year too.
Is the old sandworm? Are they just gone now?
You can't get them.
You can't get them.
Wouldn't even know where to
start.
I mean,
even down Lakes Entrance now, I think they're struggling to get them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't know whether that's...
Is that an environmental thing?
Well, I think it's salinity. They're more an estuary type thing.
Yeah.
Even beachworms, you just
don't see them anymore, do you?
Well, not live anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, and in fact,
drag the meat up the beach and grab his
ear. That's right. Rip him out.
You just don't hear anyone going out and collecting those sort of live baits, And yet, if you can get them,
because the selection of frozen bait is the best it's ever been.
But you got your soft plastics that all look like it.
Yeah, true. Because your frozen baits are now so
I'd
fresh,
still go on the
essentially.
scent though.
Give me a
the
live,
scent of
give me
a bash
give me a
abbey,
live bait.
the scent of a bash abbey and the movement of it, you can't beat.
Yeah.
But people just don't do it. So
Man, it's really easy to do.
Yeah.
It's so accessible.
Hey boys, cheers.
Happy
5
birthday.
years. 5 years and we're still going to go strong for a next, another 5? You
I
reckon?
don't know after tonight's show. We'll see.
Tonight, we might be. But anyway, it is good. And we just want to thank our viewers for 5 years of following. I mean, it's been an awesome
couple.
Oh, well, no, they'll come around. They'll come around.
Keeps it interesting. And congratulations to the crew behind the glass.
Let's Jack, Louis, who's off sick, Kimbo's off sick. They're yelling at me in my ear already. Anyway, the rest of the crew, they know who they are. Heidi and Sarah and Jackman, they're all out there, and it's a great crew out the back that make it. Ollie, Mike. Did we talk about Mike?
Yep.
We talk about Kevin?
Kevin, yep.
Good on you, Kev.
Craig, is Craig still with us?
Oh, Craig.
Richie.
That's it for Talking Fishing. Now, sorry we're going a little bit early, but you are going to hear tonight for our special 5th birthday the full version of our theme song, which goes for a minute and a half. Listen to it, because we've never, ever played the whole show. A cracking day coming up tomorrow. If you have the day off, how good is it? And to see 33 degrees for Thursday is just sensational. Hopefully that sparks the snapper into gear. Until we see you again next Tuesday on Talking Fishing, enjoy our song. Please stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing. 10 years ago, I dreamt that fishing would have its own panel show.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Tenner Award for the best special interest or lifestyle program goes to
Talking Fishing.
We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook. So just relax and take your time. Enjoy the show, then drop us a line. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing, talking fishing.
Have a good weekend, Mr. Walker.
You too, son.